You could tell in that conversation they were getting quieter and quieter. You could feel that kind of, I guess, elephant in the room, if you will. You could just feel the tone change.
Hey, I'm Jeremy with Northwest, and today we're sitting down with one of our customer service experts, Tim. Tim, in your 7 years here, you have seen a lot. And customer service is often seen as solving a problem as quickly as possible and moving on to the next person. What happens when someone needs more attention than that?
The most important person is a person in front of you. And that's kind of my motto, and the motto that we've created to create the impression that we want here at Northwest and with our clients. But it is a delicate balance, and it comes down to the finite little nuances within the conversation. I always tell people, phone calls are a transfer of feelings. Everyone looks at me like I'm crazy for that.
I didn't, no.
But this is the part that I'm talking about. You can
Okay.
feel within the conversation when things start to get a little hesitant, when they start to pause, when they start to kind of have that look up in their mind moment of like, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do here. I need the help. The instance that I have in my mind is customer called in on their lunch break. They need to get everything set up right away, right now, but they have a limited amount of time.
Is that something that happens?
It happens pretty often.
Okay.
I've even talked to people that were still on the clock, and they're like, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna call you back a little bit later, but I wanna try and get this set up. So it happens more times than you think. This customer called in, same exact situation. They're on their lunch break. They called in, I need my LLC done now, and I need it done as quickly as possible. I only have 20 minutes left on my lunch break to go through this. Through the conversation, asking the questions of how they want their LLC set up, management structure, member versus manager managed, just what are they exactly wanting to do? You could tell in that conversation they were getting quieter and quieter. You could feel that kind of, I guess, elephant in the room, if you will. You could just feel the tone change.
Yeah.
And so there was a pivotal moment where I could have easily just moved it along, got them signed up, told them, hey, if you have any other questions, call us back and we're more than happy to help you. But I felt that wasn't the right thing to do for them. So I felt them starting to get worked up. I felt them starting to get stressed. I felt them starting to have higher anxiety. And so I felt what I needed to do was just remove that stress from them, let them know, look, I'm gonna give you a call back. What time are you off work today? I'll make a time in my calendar and we'll go through this patiently and not feel like it's being rushed. Called them back. They were extremely grateful. You can almost feel an exhale when you kind of remove stress from a client, and that's what happened when I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna call you back. We'll take care of this as soon as you're off work. What time? So scheduled, followed up with the client. We went through everything together. I answered all of their questions. We researched everything of how they want their business to be structured and wanted it done. We went through their forms. We went through their account. We got them feeling confident in their decision to move forward for their business. And even at the end of that phone call, they still weren't super confident on what they should do next once they received their documents. And so I followed up with them and told them, you know, when your documents come back, I'm going to schedule a time. I'll call you. We'll go over your next steps to open a bank account. But it was just that nurturing feeling, that feeling that they weren't a number to a company and that they were actually a person, and the person they were talking to, us as a company, were human. And we actually wanted to help and be there in it with them and not just push them along and make them call us back.
A recent study found that 93% of people are willing to be repeat customers to a business based on good customer service alone. Have you ever created a lifelong customer through good customer service? Let us know how you did it in the comments below. Stick around. Coming up, Tim's going to tell you how you can manage a high call volume while still meeting all of your customers' needs. We're in this world where we have to do everything as fast as possible. People want to see results and they want to see them fast. You're working for a company. You can't just spend 7 hours of your day on the phone with one person.
Sure.
How are you balancing when you have one customer and you need to slow down and give them a little more help, but you also have a pile of other things you have to get to and other people you need to help?
Yeah, it's a real hard balance because you have incoming people that need your time, but you also have these other ones that you want to nurture. So for me, it's just scheduling your time out. Not trying to do impromptu meetings and taking longer than you need to. If you feel like there's a nurturing conversation that needs to happen, if you feel like you have a client that is just not quite grasping it, that you want to get them to a more comfortable state, don't be afraid to schedule time with them. Spend that time with them with no stress of needing to jump to another task. The person in front of you is the person that's most important for your business. And if you treat them right and you do it right the first way and you create that impression, then they're going to stay with you long afterwards. With this one, we created the impression so well that they wanted their sister to have the exact same level of service that they got. And that only happens when you take the time and you don't worry about the next person in line.
Tim, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comments below. As always, hit subscribe. We have more business pro tips coming up.